Awesome. Thanks, everybody. I'm so happy to be here. Again, my name is Ilka. I'm a graduate facilitator for CSED, so I will be speaking on behalf of our center and what we do, what resources we offer. I try to focus this mostly on what we can offer to students, but once again, you can ask questions towards the end. So to start with, what does the center do? Well, we use evidence-based pedagogical methods and try to integrate that into learning and practice design experiences of designers wherever they are in their journeys. So our goal in the end is for students at Michigan to have a demonstrated set of skills so that they can go out into the world and immerse themselves in communities and respectfully and really iteratively in a community engagement process, design meaningful solutions. So socially engaged design by itself has kind of three main principles, which is about people, so stakeholders and those who are affected by any design solution that gets implemented. It also has to do with the context where that design will exist, and also about the self, so a reflection about our own identities and how technology really is not neutral in a space where it enters. So these are kind of like our three main pillars. And the skill set that we teach at the center has to do can be summarized in five sets of skills. So the first one being analyzing the context of design. The second one being able to partner with and immerse in communities, which we actually interact a lot with the Ginsberg Center. In that sense, we also want students to be able to identify and define opportunities for societal impact, generate and validate design concepts within the context that it exists, and also design sustainable solutions. So how might designs be able to survive changes in the world? So the process in which we go from skill set to impact has to do with our delivery methods and also the experiences that we create for students. So our delivery methods can be divided. So there's a set of asynchronous blocks called the Socially Engaged Design Academy, which is paired with coaching. But also we offer a set of consultations, workshops, fieldwork experiences, and also design jams. So as for what CSED goes into classrooms, into meetings of co-curricular teams, these are what we call our custom curated experiential learning. And so we've done from Engine 100 classes, so introduction to engineering coursework, and as well as senior design. So we cover a range of design experiences that students have. And so the hope is that this translates into an impact on these students, on faculty members that interact with us, and also in society, so that students are better equipped to address pressing problems. And with that in mind, our starting point is that before a problem can be solved, we need to know what the problem is, and we try to instill that. And I want to go over a story of what this can look like with our partner Nido de Vida, which is a small family-run agricultural and educational NGO in rural Ecuador. And so they came to CSED with a question kind of along the lines of what sustainable energy solutions could be appropriate for our farm. And through interacting more and through trying to understand the context, we kind of start uncovering the why behind why is that a problem, and what is the intended outcome for the community members, and what is the change of outcome that you would like to see. And this kind of evolved to be about improving the livelihoods of people in that community of La Bolivariense. And so for 2 years, students have visited this community. Over the course of these 2 visits and ongoing interactions with the partners, these are kind of questions that have covered the ground of understanding what this context looks like, from what is your favorite part about living and working in a farm, to questions such as what does your day-to-day electricity use look like, to kind of characterize what that community is like, how they interact with each other, and how they could potentially interact with new interventions, new designs. And so what this process has enabled students to do, our partner at Nido de Vida to do, is to drive a community decision-making process in which people are able to prioritize needs and opportunities when they see them, when they see the evidence, when they see the data and kind of the connections of what their community is like, their community that they know so well. And so this process also has helped students identify assumptions and being able to integrate a variety of perspectives, so it's not kind of like a siloed process. And so what this has helped out with in the duration of this partnership is really identifying and categorizing challenges. And this figure kind of has different themes of what people have talked about and where are their design opportunities perhaps. And so it has to do perhaps with water or transportation, health and safety. And so there's a variety, there's a breadth of design opportunities there. And what it has enabled the partner to do is that they can actually go out and perhaps request services or resources to local governments because they have the evidence to do that throughout the socially engaged design process, and also help them strategize and understand their position in their community. So once again, and to wrap up, our resources and what we can offer is training and support through consultation, through workshops, but we also have physical space so that you're able to bring your dreams to reality and integrate a socially engaged design process in your own journeys. If you would like to learn more, here's our website, and I'd be happy to answer questions later on.